campaign for equality. The Race Relations Act of 1965, which banned racial discrimination in public in Britain, did not cover workplaces and so could not be used. Did you know that he received the backing of a union official who wrote on his behalf to the head of the National Union of Railwaymen? Hearing of this campaign, 2 MPs also wrote to the Secretary of State for Transport. Did you know that with Asquith's hard work and determination meant his story soon made its way to Parliament, and on 15th July 1966, British Railways ended the policy. Did you know that he was then offered the job at Euston Station and had his pay backdated to May of that year, the time his original application had been rejected? Did you know that throughout his campaign, Asquith received threats from people who disagreed with his campaign for equality? Did you know that after starting at Euston Station in August of 1966, he was also faced with racist abuse and at times had a police guard? Did you know that Asquith Xavier died in 1980 at the age of just 59, leaving behind his wife Agnes Xavier and 7 children? Asquith fought for his rights and the rights of countless other people experiencing the same racial discrimination. His strength and determination was recognized with plaques installed at Euston and Chatham stations. The plaque at Euston was unveiled in October of 2016, 50 years after the whites-only policy was removed, and a plaque was also revealed at his local station of Chatham, Kent, on September 24 of 2020. Our focus today on Did You Know? Asquith Xavier. Did You Know made possible compliments the good folks of Quartz Dominica Limited. Up next, we bring you the DBS Major Morning News.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
Good morning. In the headlines, the 2025-2026 budget presentation will make provision to tackle the cost of living in Dominica. UN warns Haiti's hurricane preparedness at risk amid security challenges. Thousands evacuate from fast-moving fires in Canada. And in sports, KFC Summits wins the NCCU Dominica Cricket Association Premier League Championship. The details in a moment.
Drink and win with Distinction Milk. Purchase 2 large cans or 4 small cans of Distinction Milk and you get a chance to take home a Ninja Blender, $500 cash, or $500 shopping voucher from any local store you like. Just write your name and telephone number on your receipt and drop it into the box at your store or WhatsApp a photo of your receipt to 317-4130. That number again, 317-4130. It's that easy. Distinction Milk, 100% cow's milk. Better quality, better taste. Hurry, promotion ends soon. Distributed by Fine Foods Inc.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
We thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Ivona John Baptist Luge with the morning newscast. The 2025-2026 budget presentation will make provision to tackle the cost of living in Dominica. The announcement came from Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit when he addressed the 70th anniversary rally of the Dominica Labour Party at Dubla on Sunday. The Prime Minister said a consultation will be convened to discuss Dominica's cost of living.
So I hear you when you tell me about high prices. I want to break it down and see how, as a people, we can cut and contrive. I will see what the Minister of Finance can do. I will see what the shipping agencies can do. I will see what the wholesalers can do. But very importantly, you, the consumer, will also have to play your part by managing your spending, focusing these days on your needs and not just what you want. Give priority to your health, give priority to your shelter, and very importantly, shop around and make your dollar stretch. But I propose in the weeks ahead to convene a very focused consultation on the issue of cost of living in Dominica. And I will tell you from now that the Minister of Finance will deal with it frontally in his budget address in July, ladies and gentlemen, the issue of cost of living in Dominica.
The Prime Minister told the 70th anniversary rally of his party that he will take action to address concerns among Labour Party supporters.
I want to say to the people of Dominica, and particularly the people of Labour tonight, that I am listening to you. I pay very close attention to what the ground is saying, and I have demonstrated to you in the past my capacity to do what has to be done to keep this Labour ship sailing through choppy waters. I speak to you, and you tell me what pleases you and the concerns and upsets you have. I speak to you, and you tell me who around me is working to your satisfaction and who is not delivering in a manner that you would like them to deliver. I am here to say to you tonight that I have heard you, I have reflected, and I will act. I will not act tonight, but rest assured, Roosevelt Skerrit, as a Prime Minister and party leader, will act, ladies and gentlemen.
Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. Meantime, Prime Minister of Barbados and CARICOM's chairman, Mia Motley, the guest speaker at the DLP 70th anniversary rally, has called for unity among the people of the Caribbean.
And the first thing I say to you as Caribbean people is that we have to find common purpose and work together. Because if we are stronger together, then it means we can achieve objectives together, working together. And what it means is that there are some things that we must do together. We have to be able to make sure that we can work together to get a better deal for our countries. We cannot build schools and hospitals, clinics, water reservoirs with 10-year money and 15-year money. It is too short. When you go to borrow for a house, you look to borrow for 20 years and 25 years because you need the time stretch out to pay back for the house. Well, the government is no different. But if the government is only getting 10-year money overseas, it means that by the time you go now to fix your next set of problems, you tie up, and choke up with debt. You have to stretch it out. And that is what we have been fighting for in the Bridgetown Initiative, that we need longer debt, that we need cheaper debt, because we need to build countries for our people. And if we build countries where our people want to stay, nobody is looking to go foreign, nobody is looking to go US or UK. And that is why we make the point as a Caribbean region that we have to stick together.
And that was Prime Minister Mia Motley, CARICOM's chairman, the guest speaker at the Dominica Labour Party 70th anniversary rally at Dubla. You're listening to the DBS Morning Newscast. DBS Radio has received unconfirmed reports of an alleged murder in the community of Miro. We'll have details in a subsequent newscast. The government of Dominica begins a series of pre-budget consultations later today. Government Press Secretary Dion Dura-Smith reports.
The government of Dominica will commence the pre-budget consultations this Monday, June 2nd, continuing through to Wednesday, June 4th, 2025 at the State House Conference Center. The consultations will begin at 4 p.m. These consultations are an important part of the budget planning process as it will allow stakeholders to share their ideas and contribute meaningfully on national priorities and economic development. On Monday, the Ministry of Finance, the Minister for Finance, and officials of the ministry will meet with small business owners. On Tuesday, that is June 3rd, the ministry will meet with farmers, and on Wednesday, June 4th, the final consultation for the week, the ministry officials will meet with representatives of credit unions, banks, the Dominica Hotel and Tourism Association, the Dominica Association of Industry and Commerce, and the Dominica Association for Persons with Disabilities. This is all part of the government's commitment to transparency, inclusiveness, and dialogue in governance. Through these consultations, we are ensuring that the national budget will reflect the views and aspirations of the Dominican people.
Government's Press Secretary Dion Dura-Smith. Schools representatives have been given an opportunity this week to sharpen their skills in a changing teaching environment. The schools representatives begin a week-long workshop and education conference at the Pastoral Center, organized by the Dominica Association of Teachers.
The Dominica Association of Teachers will host a workshop and education conference for 2025 from Monday 2nd June to Friday 6 June, targeting school representatives. The workshop on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday will focus on the topic empowering educators to lead with resilience and advocate for lasting change within the DAT, while the education conference on Thursday and Friday will focus on the topic amplifying teachers' voices, empowering educators, building resilience. The main objectives of the workshop and conference are to build resilient and effective union representation at every level, to enhance the visibility and impact of union initiatives, and to promote a unified culture of advocacy through union structures. Participants will be fed with content and information from both local and regional presenters. The DAT will continue to empower its membership by providing the necessary training and support on a regular basis.
Public Relations Officer of the Dominica Association of Teachers, Juanita Carbon. Finance Minister Dr. Irvin McIntyre has called for Dominicans to approach the Atlantic hurricane season with urgency. The 2025 Atlantic hurricane season opened on Sunday. The Finance Minister has encouraged builders to focus on resilience in their construction.
As we approach the 2025 Atlantic hurricane season, the projections from forecasters show an above normal hurricane activity in the Atlantic basin this year. Therefore, this is not a time for complacency. We must act with urgency. We must prepare our homes, clear our drains, secure our documents, and importantly, we must educate ourselves and our children about the importance of building with resilience in mind. Dominica has been recognized across the region and beyond for its leadership in climate resilience. But this recognition must be matched by action at every level of development. Let us be the generation that refused to build the same way after every disaster. Let us be the generation that broke the cycle of vulnerability. Let us be the generation that transformed our buildings and also our mindsets, policies, and systems to build a stronger, safer Dominica.
Minister for Finance, Dr. Irvin McIntyre. Humanitarian groups from the United Nations have raised serious concerns over Haiti's vulnerability to natural disasters ahead of the 2025 hurricane season, warning that the country's limited response capacity could be severely tested. The 6-month hurricane season, beginning June 1, is forecast to be more intense than average across Latin America and the Caribbean, posing a heightened risk for Haiti, the French-speaking member. The UN highlighted that Haiti faces multiple challenges, including an ongoing economic crisis, widespread gang-related violence, and rampant insecurity, which have displaced over 1 million people. More than 200,000 displaced individuals currently reside in camps, many located in flood-prone areas without adequate shelter, drainage, or sanitation. The situation is further complicated by security concerns. Elizabeth Riley, Executive Director of the Barbados-based Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, said the agency's activities in Haiti would be limited due to ongoing gang violence and instability. And some 17,000 people have evacuated the Canadian province of Manitoba as fast-moving wildfires move across parts of the country. A military aircraft and helicopters have been used to evacuate some residents in remote areas as firefighters face growing flames. Hot and dry weather is expected in the coming days. Dense smoke from the fires, of which there are more than 188 according to officials, has spread across Canada and into parts of the U.S. Fires happen naturally in many parts of the world, including in Canada. But according to the UN's climate body, climate change is making the weather conditions needed for wildfires to spread more likely. That's news. Stay tuned. Sports comes up shortly.
Soft Weave bathroom tissue, napkins, and paper towels are the perfect choice for your home. Manufactured with virgin fibers, it's the quality that you and your family deserve. New Soft Weave Total Hygiene bathroom tissue is produced at high temperatures to remove microorganisms. It's pH controlled to protect your skin and produced with UV light disinfection to eliminate bacteria and viruses, providing maximum protection. Soft Weave, distributed by Fine Foods Inc. and sold island-wide.
Soft Weave. Quality, affordability, manufactured with you in mind.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe, and Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins, and bidets. PVC piping, fittings, and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Just Mobank me. Here's my ID.
Just Mobank me. It's that easy.
The faster, easier way to bank.
NBD makes it easy to bank online, anywhere, at any time with Mobanking. The faster, easier way to bank.
The faster, easier way.
So transfer funds on Mobanking.
The faster, easier way.
To pay your bills with Mobanking.
The faster, easier way.
So order checks on Mobanking.
The faster, easier
Pay employees
way.
on Mobanking.
The faster, easier way to bank.
Plus, you can now top up your phone on Mobanking. No need for cash or card. Simply log into Mobanking to top up your phone. Visit nbdominica.com or follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more details.
The faster, easier way to bank.
NBD.
Your partner, your bank.
Welcome to the DBS Morning Sports Report. We bowl off with cricket news. The KFC Summits have captured their first Premier League title as they won the 2025 NCCU Dominica Cricket Association Premier League Championship on the weekend. The Summits officially lifted the title Sunday despite their match with the Kalinago Blasters ending in a draw at the Benjamin's Park. Blasters made 165 batting first. Malinga Bruni got 33, Darren Tuse 32. Jason Vidal took 4 for 45 and Daniel Dupini 4 for 34 for the Summits. Summits replied with 113 not outs. Neo Davis made 28. Joel Durant took 4 for 42 for the Blasters. The Blasters batting a second time were 134 for 8 when the sums were called. Sino Fontaine got 65. Elton Mack took 4 for 36. The match ended in a draw, with the Kalinago Blasters getting first innings points. The Summits, however, have been crowned champions with a total of 46 points. Summits captain Elton Mark says their club is elated to have won their first ever title.
Winning undefeated, going a whole season undefeated, I mean, that means that guys really put out their best foot. I mean, we had a lot of good performances. We have Neo Davis getting some runs and Jason Vidal getting some wickets. Other guys chipping in, and it's a real pleasure. Guys putting out their best, man. Forget Kevin Hodge, special mention must be made to him. Getting 100 in a game that really matters, and I mean he have cheered us on from far. He keep us going, and it was a pleasure. A lot of guys said it was a pleasure to play with Kevin Hodge, Stefan Pascal. I mean we have some real pedigree within our ranks. So it was really good. It was really, really, really good. Gratitude to our coach Ben, who has really been pushing us. And it's a pleasure that we could bring in our first Premier League championship. We have won the Intermediate League before, but I think we were all pushing towards the Premier League, and he has kept us on our toes. And you know a guy like Ben, he don't mess around when it comes to his cricket, you know.
Summits captain Elton Mark. KFC Summits coach is Augustine Beno Pascal.
The boys have been toiling for many, many years. I mean, I've been somebody that has been trying to keep a set of young guys together for you can say, for eternity. And finally, that's culminated in a championship in the Premier League. We have won an intermediate championship, you know, where we had a situation where we had a set of little fellas, basically young cricketers, 12, 13, 14 years. We played 4 years in intermediate, and we basically, won the championship that time. We were planning that the next project was supposed to have been into the the Premier League, but we had a serious drawback. We had a couple fellas who main pillars of our championship run for the intermediate. They left us and went to another team, two of them, in fact. And that, we had to go back to the drawing board. We stayed patient, we put in the work. But one of the things that was really I was trying to push was a culture of people taking responsibility for the club. Take responsibility for the club, and I think fellas finally buy into that idea. And the other thing I was always preaching, like, you have to show your character. I mean, you've played for some years, you've been around, you know what we're trying to achieve. And finally, it just, was in place this season. This season, everything just worked out.
KFC Summits coach Augustine Beno Pascal. In other results, the Tremors picked up a win over the Nagico Northern Stars after the Stars decided to forfeit the match Sunday morning. Nagico had batted first and were bowled out for 76. Tej Daniel got 18 and Delani Alexander made 13. Elon Pascal took 3 for 20 and Malachi Xavier 2 for 18. Tremors declared on 153 for 5 in their turn at the crease. Jerome Loval got 51 and Tyrone Theophile 30. Jamie James also got 30 and Vivian Teat 24. Vincent Lewis took 2 for 57 and Kyron Phillip 2 for 35 for the Nagico Stars. But in a second time, the Stars were bowled out for 167. Lawrence Wiltshire made 58 and Vincent Lewis 50. Tyrone Theophile took 2 for 34. Malachi Xavier 2 for 50 and Vivian Teat 2 for 28. Chasing 90 to win, the Tremors were 22 without loss early Sunday morning when the Nagico Northern Stars conceded the match. KC Carty got a century for the West Indies, but Joe Root hit a bigger one for England as they beat the West Indies in the second ODI to take an unbeatable lead in their ODI series on Sunday. The Windies batting first were bowled out for 308, a bit disappointing, having been 205 for 2 after 35 overs. Carty made 103, Shea Hope 78 and Brandon King 59. Adil Rashid picked up 4 for 63. Saqib Mahmood got 3 for 37. England, in reply, lost some early wickets, but Joe Root stood tall, hitting a career best, 166 not out, to take England home. England got 312 for 7 in 48.5 overs to win by 3 wickets. Will Jacks got 49 and Harry Brook 47. Alzari Joseph took 4 for 31, Seals 1 for 56, and Ford 1 for 76. Joe Root was named man of the match. England lead the 3-match series 2-0. West Indies captain Shea Hope.
Yeah, certainly we started a lot better with the bats. It's unfortunate that the young Joel Andrew didn't get off today. But yeah, it's great to see Kingy back in the runs and Casey continuing his good form.
Yeah, he's been red hot, and that move to number 3 really working for him.
Yeah, he's really settled into that role nicely. We had a lot of chats about it, and it's great to see he embraced it. He's a quality player. He's shown that ability over the years, and it's great to see that consistency coming now.
308 was a good score, obviously. Did you just lose your way in the last third of the innings and leave a few out there?
Yeah, we certainly did. I thought that with the position that we were in, around that 30 over, 35 or so over mark, I thought we should have put on, I would say, 30 to 40 more runs at least. But yeah, we just fell away in the end, and we didn't give ourselves the best chance of, dominating that game with the bat. But the bowlers, I have to commend them for the fight that they showed there, obviously, to keep us in the game. They really fought down to the end, so I definitely must commend the boys for the work they put into there.
Alzari Joseph was the outstanding bowler. I think you brought him back in the 42nd over. Was that a tricky decision? Because obviously he was going to be your key man in the latter stages.
Yeah, we also felt that wickets were the key there, especially, in these conditions. It's pretty difficult to restrict, England in these pretty high-scoring venues. And it's just one of those when you just have to hope he gets 1 or 2 in that over. But yeah, that was the decision that I made. It could go your way sometimes, it can go against you. But today, that was the one that I made.
And that was West Indies captain Shea Hope. Meantime, Joe Root has become England's all-time leading run scorer in ODI cricket with 7,082 runs. The third and final ODI is on Tuesday. More cricket news, half-centuries for Mikael Louis and Tevin Imlach, but it's South Africa A that will be the happier team heading into day 2 of their 4-day match with the West Indies A team in St. Lucia. The Windies A team batted first and got to just 240. Tevin Imlach got 61, Michael Louis 57, and Carrie Pear 44. John Campbell also got 33. It was a disappointing day for the Dominicans on the team. Alec Athanase got just 5 and Kavim Hodge did not score. Okule Sile picked up 5 for 43 for the South Africans. The South Africa A team reached 68 without loss at Stumps. The scores heading into day 2, West Indies 240 and South Africa 68 without loss. South Africa trails by 172 runs. Defending men's Division 1 champions in the KFC National Volleyball League Club 1 are one win away from a spot in the finals of that competition after picking up a hard-fought win in Game 1 of the semi-finals against the Young Vets. Club 1 took the first set 25-19, but Young Vets bounced back to take the set 26-24. The Young Vets took set number 3, 25-20, but the Club 1 team showed why they are champions, winning the 4th set 25-20 and the 5th and final set 15-8 to take a 1-0 lead in the 3-match series. Meantime, in the men's Division 2, Club 1 also went 1-up in the series with the Breakers. Club 1 took the match 3-1, winning 25-18, 25-14, 24-26, and 25-22. And the defending women's champions, the Acers, are also one win away from a finals spot. The Acers swept the Celtics in straight sets in the semi-final match. Celtics took the match 25-19, 25-16, and 25-11. Deron James got a hat-trick as Sagicor Southeast ran all over DSFC in last weekend's only match in the DFA Premier League. The game was pretty much over within the first 6 minutes of play as Southeast jumped out to the 2-0 lead. Southeast managed to put 6 more goals past the DSFC team as they walked away comfortable 8-1 winners. Sydney Lockhart also got 2 goals. Jocelyn Prince and Lewis Leslie also scored a goal each for Southeast. Southeast coach Kimon Cuffy was pleased with the way the team executed.
Well, I'm very impressed. Basically, we did what we came here to do. We won the game. That was the most important thing. There were times I think we could have played better, but that's how it is. That's how the game went for us, and we won. And that's good.
All right, dominated the game from the get-go. 2 quick goals within 6 minutes. What sort of influence do you think that had on the play for the rest of the game, allowing your guys to settle down?
Yeah, well, it had a big influence because basically the last game that we played, last 2 matches, they scored early on us, and it set us back. We didn't stick to our game plan, and so today our game plan was score early, and then we'll let the game progress and see what happens.
You had a hat trick from Deron James. How prolific was he up front for you tonight?
Well, he's always one of our players that we know can give us a lot of goals, and today he demonstrated that. Yeah.
All right, and while Deron might get all of the praise up front for the goals, in the midfield you had Trey Douglas, who also had a very good game, was one of the candidates for man of the match.
Well, Trey is our ruthless player. He is the one that set the tone for us, and once he set that tone, we continue to win.
All right. What can you take from this win now as you move up the points table, 11 on points with We United?
Well, basically is go next game, we take it next match, and we'll just continue playing hard like this.
Southeast coach Kimon Cuffy, the win moves Southeast to 12 points, leveled with Valvoline We United. The loss leaves DSFC in 9th place on just 3 points. And DFA Women's Football Technical Officer Devon Cuffy is describing his experience at the CONCACAF Women's Professional Development Seminar as a great learning experience. Cuffy attended the 2-day conference, which was held in Mexico. He says a lot of positive developments for women's football were discussed.
Also, I recently traveled to Monterrey, Mexico for the CONCACAF Women's Professional Development Seminar. It was a 2-day workshop where it was focused around the CONCACAF W Championship, which was a new regional women's club competition launched for the first time last year, and the New Jersey Gotham FC were crowned the champions beating Tigres of Mexico. Now in that workshop we touched on many topics such as leadership in sports, women's roles in sports. Also we talked about the club licensing or new club licensing standards that the CONCACAF is willing to launch across the region for all women's clubs. And we also talked about league development. We had a few experts from the Lloyd Foot Business Group give a brief presentation about trends in sports and developing in professional sports, particularly women leagues across the region.
DFA Women's Football Technical Officer Devon Cuffey. That's how we end the DBS Morning News and Sports. Join us for another major package at 1:15. On behalf of the News and Sports Departments and our Links personnel Hazari Williams, I'm Ivona John Baptist Luge. Good morning.